How's your everybody? So I'm back again, this time with another movie review for you guys today. We're talking about the third installment in the long-running John Wick franchise, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. So I am quite the fan of the John Wick franchise, I have to be honest. I love Keanu Reeves in this role. Really enjoyed every installment so far. So I was really anticipating John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. And it was just one of those movies, I just love action movies. And so far, each installment, I think, has gotten better over time. So I was kind of expecting the same as well in this. And I have to say, it really delivered. I think this may be the strongest, definitely action-wise, in the whole series. Before seeing John Wick Chapter 3 tonight, I did do a little refresher course because I got the Blu-rays for John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2. How to watch. It was really impressive just how seamless that the story continues after John Wick Chapter 2, because it picks up right where we left off in John Wick Chapter 2, where John Wick is excommunicado, kicked out of the Continental, and he has a $14 million bounty on his head. So pretty much everyone is out to kill John Wick in this movie, and literally everyone, because this film is almost non-stop action for the entire 2-hour runtime, and it just gets your blood pumping, I have to say. This is one of the biggest thrill rides, especially action movie-wise, I've seen in a long time. Both John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2 had amazing action scenes, but you can really tell that they keep trying to step up their game, kind of similar to the Mission Impossible franchise with the crazy stunts that Tom Cruise does. I feel like in every John Wick chapter we've gotten so far, they keep trying to elevate how crazy they can do with these action scenes, because Keanu Reeves, he's a freaking machine. Like, I feel like he was just born to play John Wick. It's just one of those roles that comes once in a lifetime. Actually, for him, it's been a couple, because he was also Neo in The Matrix. But it just is built perfectly for him in the action scenes. He doesn't have to say too much either, but he definitely embodies the role of this scary boogeyman type assassin. And since it's life or death, because everyone's trying to kill him to collect on that $14 million bounty, he's gonna step up his game even more. He was already a terrifying, murdering assassin. Now he's gonna start killing people with crazy stuff like belts and books and samurai swords, like anything you can think of, because we got this pencil in John Wick Chapter 2, but he definitely keeps going with the crazier things you can think of when it comes to killing people. And it makes for some really inventive yet gruesome deaths, because this is the most violent John Wick film to date. It made me grimace a little bit sometimes. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Some of the deaths are pretty bad, I have to say, as far as violence goes. One thing I do really love about the John Wick franchise is just how well done the fight choreography is, because in most modern action films you expect a lot of annoying shaky cam, but the guy that directs these films, he knows his stunts. He was a stunt coordinator. He was actually Keanu Reeves' stunt double in the Matrix films. So he knows what he's doing. He makes, and it's not just like monotonous, because you would think in most action movies, guns, fighting, karate, all that stuff, but they actually have some different elaborate set pieces for the action scenes, because you got sometimes where he's just hand-to-hand fighting some guys, he's got some knives thrown in, some shoot 'em up scenes, he's also fighting people on motorcycles. I mean, they switch it up. There's a lot of action, but you're never going to feel like it's overdone. You're not going to get like, oh great, another action scene. It keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time, and it's just very inventive with the things they do to keep you interested while you're just watching John Wick just mow down thousands of different random henchmen. Some of the coolest stunts actually involve Halle Berry's character and her 2 dogs. I gotta say, I was really impressed with how much I enjoyed Halle Berry's character in this. She's not in it a whole lot, but what she's given, I was really impressed with. She does a great job being this really fierce, badass character. And the dogs are the highlights of this, because they do some really crazy stunts. They get involved with the fights at one point, and it's so amazing the stuff that they do with these dogs and the stunts they pull off, because they're just like climbing walls, biting people, while John Wick and Halle Berry are mowing down enemies. It's some of the coolest action I've seen, especially that involve animals. Now, there are a whole ton of people trying to kill John Wick, but I guess the main antagonist is this character played by Mark Dacascos, of all people, named Zero. I really liked him in the role, although I couldn't help myself but just think of every time he's on screen, the Iron Chef, because he's the host of the Iron Chef. It's just me, though. He's a wonderful martial artist. I've seen a lot of the martial art films he's in. He's really good. He definitely was the badass that you expect him to be as the antagonist, the main head of the assassins, because he leads like a group of assassins that are like really good at hiding in the shadows, doing crazy martial arts and flips and stuff. And he's really cool. He's really charismatic. I liked him. I think we could have used a little bit more of him in the film, but there's other stuff going on. It wouldn't feel like it made much sense if you just threw him in there. But he does get one of the more cooler looking action scenes in the whole movie, because of the backgrounds involved. involved. You'll see what I mean if you see the film. There's actually some really great shots in the film, cinematography-wise. These wide open shots and these beautiful set pieces, whether it be in New York or in the desert. Like, they did a really good job just making this film look beautiful and actually step up more than it just being like your typical action movie. It's not your typical action movie. John Wick is just some notch above regular action movies. But overall, I had a blast watching John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. It was the high-octane, fun thrill ride I expected going in. These John Wick films, I think they just keep getting better and better. I don't know how they're going to top this. If they make another one, I hope they do, especially with how this one ends. You'll see what I mean if you see the film, because it's not the end. I think there was a common misconception that this was supposed to be the wrap-up. This is going to be the end of the trilogy, but this is a really good trilogy. If they keep making more, even better. I mean, it's kind of like the Rocky movies. Like, they just keep making them as they go on. And if they have a good story, if they make a good story for John Wick Chapter 4, I would really love to see it, because these films are so amazing, especially for the action community. Those are just my quick thoughts on John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the film when it comes out this weekend. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you like this film more than John Wick Chapter 2 and John Wick? Or did you like John Wick Chapter 2 or John Wick more than this one? Let me know which one's your favorite in the franchise. Even if you haven't seen John Wick Chapter 3, let's get a discussion going in the comments talking about the films, because I love talking all films here. But thank you so much for starting my review. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like, hit that subscribe button so you can come to date with our movie reviews, trailer reactions, unboxings, and more. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.